Good morning, Aquarius. Welcome to my channel. We're about to jump into your energy. This goes out to sun, moon, and rising, singles, couples, men and women. Cross watchers are welcome. If you would like to book a personal reading, please check the description box below and all that information will be there. Tips, donations are always welcomed and honored. So let's see what we have. Vibrational frequency of 5. The King of Swords. Now, though the King of Swords can be read from a analytical and a psychological point of view, because I've always considered the tarot to be a great tool of the psyche, but also it is a tool. But this go around, I am sensing that many of you have achieved the clarity that you are looking for. Many of you have taken time to walk through the battlefield. But don't think that your battlefield might have left you swinging your sword at everyone, because this King of Swords, his armor is hardly tarnished. His crown is hardly tarnished. In fact, if you look closely enough, his armor is only protecting certain parts of his body, but his sword is raised. He is slightly weathered, which means that he has worked through his thoughts. He has taken time to work through what it is that limits and hinders him. The thoughts that might stop him from raising his sword high. These thoughts, this journey to the king was not achieved again by swinging the swords like a Jedi. It was achieved through clarity and thought. Working through trials and tribulations within self, dark nights of the soul, understanding the IAO phase, the Isis, Apophis, Osiris. The Isis, as I say, is about creative, generative seed planting. The Apophis is about the dark night of the soul, if you wish to go there. And then the Osiris energy, the wise sage, the enlightenment that comes from the journey. You have achieved this King of Swords energy because you have walked the journey. You have taken time to work through those thoughts. And many of you might have a few thoughts that you might have to work through still. Some people might be on their way to the King of Swords. Some people might be just around the corner. Some might be embodying that energy today, and some of you might have already achieved that. Wherever you are, whether you are there or not, know that you will achieve this victory, this mental clarity, so forth and so on. We go back to the Strength card, and if I'm correct, that popped up yesterday. So perhaps this reading is in connection to yesterday's reading. Do you remember when we spoke of juggling and integration? Mental integration is a big part of the journey. Bringing yourself to mental completion. Remember, mental body, emotional body, physical body, spiritual body, the higher faculties. Embracing that and coming forth and understanding that the mental energy, the mental body is just as important as the emotional body. Think of talking to someone when you need to, and how working through the problems and saying that I have turmoil in my brain and allowing those thoughts to heal can bring a form of completion, a form of peace. And for many of you, it took strength to get there. For those that are single, think of Leo energy. Perhaps someone is coming into your life. Or perhaps a Leo helped you. Or perhaps you have Leo in your chart. You also understood that you could not achieve the King of Swords energy by going strictly by emotion. I am a big fan of emotional connection. I am a big fan of expressing your emotions. What is not good is when you allow your emotions to control you, just as if you were to allow your thoughts to control you. If you allow your thoughts to control you and become very robotic, you can become standoffish and cold. If you allow your emotional body or emotions to control you, you can become a kegger bomb and explode on everything and anyone. But many of you have had the strength to achieve this and understand, and many of you understood that by taming this lion or lioness on the inside, it would help you get to the King of Swords. For those that are nearly there, you have the strength to get there. Facing yourself is never easy. Facing what your thoughts tell you is never easy. And as they say, we are our own worst enemy at times. We are the most critical when it comes to ourselves. Yes, someone might spew a mental thought your way that might bring you down, but they're not with you all the time. But if you integrate that thought and you allow yourself to continue to cycle that thought, then it kind of comes on to you. And then that can cause the Nine of Swords energy, which is laying up at night thinking about things, unable to touch base or tap into the emotional body, so forth and so on. Or you'll tap into the emotional body and it just won't be a pleasant ride. We've all had those days. So if you were just about to achieve this energy, or you foresee yourself achieving this energy, the strength is with you. But at the end of the day, have some compassion for yourself and understand that if you believe in things such as reincarnation, if you don't get the lesson this go around, it's going to come back. So try not to beat yourself up too much. The chariot energy. Now, what do you see when we see the chariot with this deck at least? You see one horse going right and one horse going straight, and you're in the back. You see the moon, but also you see yourself rising above the clouds. You see yourself on the amazing winds. The gods and goddesses are carrying you. The victory is already there. Many of you have been using the cycles of the moon to work through your problems, to work through what plagues you, whether it's people in your corner, old blockages, thought forms, so forth and so on, or something as simple as trying to quit an addiction. Kudos to you. You might feel that you might have gone left at times, and you might feel that you might have gone right at times, but you always managed to make the mark. The gods are with you. A fun experiment that you might want to try, and it just popped into my head because of the clouds. Look to the clouds, to the heavens. Do you remember when we were young and we would just gaze at the clouds and we would see shapes and forms, and some might have seen a dragon, some might have seen a wolf, some might have seen a cross, some might have seen the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Take some time to just gaze at the clouds. You never know what you might see. Think of aerial spirits, the sylphs. The Sun card brings forth illumination, healing, and enlightenment. A rebirth, if you would like to so call it that. Look into the sunflower and how it can benefit you spiritually, magically, so forth and so on. Many of you have a mischievous energy coming your way, a playful energy, a sunchild energy. And as you ride forth, look into the horse totem. Look at how horses can heal people. But as you ride forth as the sunchild on your magical horse, maybe you had a horse in a past life. I don't know. Understand that enlightenment and healing is coming your way or has come your way. In closing, we have the Two of Cups. When you make way or remove certain thoughts from your brain, you make way for new ventures, new thoughts, new people. We've all been there. When you have a lot on your mind, you really don't have time to connect with people. We have a lot going on. But due to you stepping forth and moving into this King of Swords energy and following your bliss with the chariot energy and understanding that the gods and goddesses have had your back the entire time, working with the phases of the moon, so forth and so on, and embracing this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You open yourself up to the Two of Cups, which isn't just about love. It's about beautiful partnerships. It's about amazing, peaceful, loving bonds. It's about being able to sit down and gaze into the eyes of someone that you truly, truly care about on a deep, spiritual, emotional soul level. So by making way, by clearing out those energies, also 1111, that just popped up on the time and it stuck out like a blue thumb, so look into it. But by embracing that journey and those energies of the chariot and the King of Swords and knowing that you had the strength in you the whole time to achieve it, the Sun Child has come forth to grant you illumination. And the illumination will lead you to the Two of Cups, partnership, romance, hand fasting, emotional connections, peace and purity, being able to be vulnerable with yourself. Gentlemen, think of it as being able to be vulnerable with a best friend that is a woman. Ladies, think of it as being able to be vulnerable, to be able to bear yourself on a physical, mental, and emotional level, and you won't get the aspect of, hey, he only likes me because of my booty. He likes me because of me. He understands the divinity within me, and I understand the divinity within him. And when we combine our cups, Great Spirit shall watch over. Also, in closing, if you've been seeing orbs, that's a very good thing. And I would suggest looking into different colors because from my experience, not every orb is the same color. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there. That is all I have for you. Hopefully this resonates in some way, shape, manner, or form. If so, please like, share, and subscribe. And join the Craft and Conjure Aquarius Moon Tarot family. Peace.